Hello and welcome to UPSC Prep. If you want to prepare for UPSC when still in school, you are at right place because our channel helps school students to start prepare early and easily for UPSC. You must be aware that paper 1 of UPSC prelims consists 100 objective type questions where each question is for 2 marks, while paper 2 in prelims have 80 objective type questions each for 2.5 marks. We will discuss more about it in upcoming videos. Friends, preparing from early stage will never hurt you. In fact, it will help you succeed just like most toppers who were determined to serve the nation and started their preparation to crack exam at earliest. One of them is Mr. Akshat Jain. We all know about him. Second ranker in UPSC Air in just second attempt. Our channel provides information specifically for school students. Let's prepare early. Please like, share and subscribe for watching newly brewed content from UPSC Prep. No need to wait, let's get started. Today, we will cover 4 topics of UPSC syllabus from today's news articles. Our first topic is Special Economic Zone. Recently, officials of Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone observed 2-minute silence to pay respect to Colonel Santosh Babu and his team of 20 soldiers who laid down their lives at the line of actual control fighting Chinese troops in Ladakh. Now, the question is, what is Special Economic Zone? Special Economic Zone is a geographical region that has economic laws that are more liberal than rest of the country. The main objective of setting up SEZ is to encourage domestic and foreign investment and create employment in the area. You can read more about it in chapter 4 of class 10th economics textbook. Now, time for solving related previous year prelims question from year 2010. The SEZ Act 2005, which came into effect in February 2006, has certain objectives. In this context, consider the following. 1. Development of infrastructure facilities. 2. Promotion of investment from foreign sources. 3. Promotion of export of services only. Which of the above are the objective of this act? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 3 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Our next topic is megaliths. The excavations at a burial site in Tamil Nadu recently has thrown light on burial rituals and the concept of afterlife in megalithic culture when 10 pots and bowls instead of usual 3 or 4 pots were found placed in the 3-chambered cist. Now, what do we mean by the term megalith? Megalith is a large stone that has been used to construct a structure or monument either alone or together with other stones. Also, it was used to mark burial sites in Central and South India from the 1st millennium BCE. These burial sites are a type of megalithic structures called cist. You must have read about it in chapter 5 of class 6 history textbooks. Now, let's see what we learned by taking up related prelims question. The megaliths of South India are mainly associated with A. Mesolithic age, B. Neolithic age, C. Chalcolithic age, D. Iron age. The correct answer is yes, option D, Iron Age. Moving on, our next topic is Asian Development Bank. Asian Development Bank has recently released a report which says that the Indian economy is expected to reduce by 4% during the term 2020 to 2021. Now, the question is, what is Asian Development Bank? Asian Development Bank is an important international organization established in 1966 to promote social and economic development in Asia and the Pacific. It is headquartered at Manila, Philippines, and has 68 members. India is its founding member and its presence in India can be seen in 6 sectors: transport, energy, water and urban services, finance and public sector management, agriculture and natural resources, and human development. You can read more about it in chapter 10 of 11th class economics textbook. Now, let's take up related previous year question. Where is the ADB headquarter located? A. Geneva, B. New York, C. Philippines, D. Alabama. The correct answer is yes, option C, Philippines. Our last topic for today is Supreme Court. Recently, the Supreme Court of India has held up the annual Jagannath Rath Yatra, which is a Hindu festival associated with Lord Jagannath, held at Puri in Odisha due to the outbreak of COVID-19. Now, what are the powers of Supreme Court in India? The Supreme Court controls the judicial administration in the country. It is the highest court of appeal in civil and criminal cases, and its decisions are binding on all other courts of the country. Also, it can hear appeals against the decisions of the high courts and can take up any dispute between citizens of the country, citizens and government, 2 or more state governments, and governments at the union and state level. You must have read about it in chapter 5 of class 11th political science textbooks. Now, let's take up last previous year related prelims question from year 2012. Which of the following are included in the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court? 1. A dispute between the Government of India and 1 or more states. 2. A dispute regarding elections to either House of the Parliament or that of Legislature of a state. 3. A dispute between the Government of India and a Union Territory. D. A dispute between 2 or more states. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. A. 1 and 2, B. 2 and 3, C. 1 and 4, D. 3 and 4. The correct answer is yes, option C, 1 and 4. And with this, today we just scored total 8 marks in India's one of the most prestigious exam. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for freshly brewed content.